Hello, internet world. We have got a really cool video planned for you today on the Geekanoids channel. I'm looking at this again. This is another update for you on the Nokia 3310 and me switching away from using social media and checking my emails all of the time whilst I'm out and about attending meetings, maybe going out for a meal, etc, etc. Now before I come on to giving you my update, this is in fact day 6 of the dumb phone challenge. I promised you, if you follow me on Twitter, some fun throughout this particular broadcast, and I will be showing you something on here which I really like. It's not really part of the dumb phone challenge, it's just for a bit of fun, so do stick around for that. I'll be doing that very shortly, and also obviously be giving you my update. We've got a few things to talk about today, things like call quality, also signal strength, and of course battery life. That's what we're going to be chatting about today. And then I'll have my final update on this particular phone and the dumb phone challenge, and I think I'm going to do that on Saturday of this week, so do tune in again for that. So before we talk a little bit more about the Nokia 3310 and how I've been getting on with it, I want to talk to you about a few other things that have been going on. And also, as always, this is in fact a live broadcast, so if you are watching live, I always say a big shout out to the first 4 in the live chat. We have got Aaron Stoy, Best Tech LJL, For the Love of Tech 2, and Sophie G. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hello guys, and hello to the rest of you as well. I really do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, taking the time out of your day. I think it's just awesome that you join me on these, and we can have a good chat in the live chat a little bit later. So if you have got any questions or comments, do put them in the live chat. There's also the super chat there, so if you want your question or comment highlighted, you can use the super chat. And if you're new to Geekanoids, welcome. If you're watching this after the live broadcast, so once it's on the main Geekanoids channel, then please do hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and also leave me a comment as well. I answer pretty much all of the comments and questions I get. So a little bit of an update. For those of you who watch me sort of frequently, you'll know that something happened recently which wasn't great. Suffered a flood, and things are progressing nicely with that. I am sad about it. It is stressful, but it is just material things. Nobody was hurt. That's the main thing. But again, thank you for all of your well wishes and all of your really thoughtful tweets on Twitter. I really do appreciate it. And what's happening now, just to bring you up to date, is we're like going through the process now of getting things arranged for putting everything back as it was, and then I'll put some cool new things in there as well along the way. I obviously wish it hadn't happened, because it is very, very stressful, and for any of you who have suffered such a thing and had to do any sort of insurance claim, or you've lost anything, it is not a nice experience. So, but anyway, this is all going to be about a happy broadcast. I always think about talking about positive things in my videos, because generally I'm a positive person, and if you can remain positive, always have a really nice outlook on life, good things happen. That's what I honestly believe. And if you're positive as well, you can be a lot more productive. So even though I've had to deal with all these things and sort of many phone calls, many sort of people calling and knocking on the door, etc, etc, even though I've had to deal with all of those, I've still maintained more or less. I think I might have missed one video, not even sure I missed even one video, so I've maintained the schedule for the videos for you, because I absolutely love doing them. So anyway, before we take a look in the live chat, let's have a closer look at the Nokia 3310, and I'll talk to you about those 3 main topics I want to cover today. Before I do so though, let's just listen to this. Are you ready? We've got a blue screen. You know what I'm going to do. Get ready. I'm challenging you on this next bit to sit still. I bet you can't sit still, because I can't. You ready? I just love it. Absolutely love it. This is of course Snake, the new Snake game in full colour on the Nokia 3310 3G. Let me just turn that off, because you won't be able to hear me speak. The reason I wanted to show you that is of course Snake. I know it's not the whole purpose of this challenge, but I can remember the very first Nokias which had Snake built into them, and it's such an addictive game, and it just goes to show that you can have all these fancy graphics on games nowadays, but it's all about the gameplay and the user experience. And I can remember my son actually playing Snake on the original Nokia 3310, or it might have been was it a 3310 back then or a 3300? But I can remember him playing that when he was tiny, and this just brought back the memories. I know it's changed a bit, and of course we've got colour graphics, but I wanted to share that with you. So a bit of fun to brighten up your day and my day. So anyway, let's talk a little bit first of all about call quality, because the main task with this challenge for me, for those who haven't watched the other videos, is to gain back some of my time and not keep checking my touchscreen smartphone, which has remained on my desk throughout this challenge. So whilst I'm out attending appointments, business meetings, etc., dealing with clients, sitting down to a family meal, maybe watching a movie with the family, then the smartphone is nowhere to be seen. It's all about the Nokia 3310. And what I've been finding is that gains me back a lot of focus. That's the whole idea of this particular challenge. But to do with call quality, because people can't reach me very easily now, they can't send me an email and get not an instant response, but get a response very quickly. If I'm out all day, I've had probably about an increase in phone calls. Excuse me. I've had an increase in phone calls, probably about, I would say, a 50% increase. And the actual call quality through the little earpiece at the top here, and of course the microphone pickup down the bottom, is really very good, nice and clear. In fact, I've been doing some tests with a new smartphone, the LG V30, and the call quality on the earpiece on this is in fact better. How weird is that? This costs probably about, I can't even do the maths, probably about a 50th of the cost. Is it a 50th? No, probably about a 25th of the cost. And the call quality, seriously, the audio quality that comes through this earpiece, not through the speaker, but just through the earpiece when making or taking calls, is a much clearer sound, to my ears anyway. And then I also wanted to talk to you about signal strength. I think one of you asked this in a previous video. Now, again, in comparison to other smartphones I use, this tends to pick up an extra bar. Not always, but just on occasion, we do get an extra bar of signal, and it's just up the top here in the corner. On the older Nokias, I think the signal strength was up the side, if memory serves me right. Maybe even the battery life was up the side as well. But certainly the signal on this seems to be a little bit stronger. And maybe that's just because it's like a plastic construction. Maybe the antenna's really strong. Less tech inside of here to interfere with things. You know, you haven't got things like, as far as I know, there's not NFC in this, for example. And lots of different things that are crammed into a smartphone. Maybe this has just got more room to actually breathe and sort of accept that signal. So the signal strength definitely very, very good on this, in answer to a viewer question that came up after the last update. Also, battery life. Now, admittedly, I'm not playing games on this. Admittedly, I've taken one photo, which is when it first came out of the box. I've not signed into Facebook. I've looked at the browser just to see what it's like, but not used the browser, not using the camera. Haven't been playing Snake, not been looking at photos. All I've been doing on here is calls and text. So nothing that's going to tax the battery too much. But I would imagine if you've got one of these, that's probably going to be the main case scenario anyway. You know, you're going to be using this for phones and phone calls and texts. And the battery, I can't even see that that's moved. Just get this to focus in a bit for you. I can't see that battery level meter in the top corner there has even moved. And as I say, we're now into day 6. So this is going to well last beyond a week. I think this is going to outlast 2 weeks of battery life. And that includes, probably in the last 2 days, I would say about 40 phone calls. I would say some of them only lasting maybe 20 seconds or so, 20-30 seconds. A couple of them lasting a few minutes. I think that's really impressive. So very, very impressive battery life. Now, I'm not going to waffle on too much in this particular update, because I say we're day 6. I'm going to do another update for you in a couple of days' time. And in that final update, I'm going to talk to you about whether it's really made a difference. You know, have I still been able to run my business effectively? Have I still been able to communicate effectively? Have I found it hard moving away from a smartphone and transitioning to just using my laptop or my desktop for doing social media? I've also stayed away. I did think I was going to have to use my smartphone for Instagram, But for the purposes of this test, so it's a real test, I haven't posted, as far as I can remember, I haven't posted anything on Instagram during the test either. So I've really given it a proper go. You know, I wanted to really try this properly and not make any excuses like, oh, I needed to go on Instagram, or I need to reply to Instagram posts, so I'm going to use my smartphone all the time. That isn't the case. This is sort of been my daily driver, and it has been tough so far, but we'll cover that in a bit more detail in the next update. So I will give you sort of an interim just opinion on this though. I think it's a really nice phone. It is a feature phone, so it has got some sort of app store on here, which I haven't even looked in yet. I might look at that after I finish this dumb phone challenge, and then I might give you another update further down the line as to what's in there. But I've really refrained from using any of the feature phone features on this, and really treating it just for phone calls and text. So I had a few people mention this isn't a dumb phone, and really it's not. It's a feature phone, but I didn't want to buy a dumb phone because I just didn't know what to choose, and this was sort of a current model. It's quite a good topic to talk about at the moment. A lot of people are looking at the Nokia 3310 3G. You know, it's a relatively new phone from Nokia, so that's why I chose this one. So anyway, let's move on. As always, in the latter part of these videos, I always like to take a look in the live chat. We've got plenty of you in here, and hopefully some good comments and questions. You never let me down, you guys. You do a really good job in the live chat. For the Love of Tech 2 says, doing it myself using a Motorola Razr flip phone battery. 3 days in, still not charged. It's social media, unplug, very good. Awesome. That is really good to hear. In fact, and I thought it was a good opportunity to do it. You said a Motorola flip. Here we go. This is going to be a step back in time. This is I think this is a Razr, or is it called something else? Motorola flip phone. Ha ha ha! How retro is that? Wow, so thin as well. Volume on there, little screen on the outside. This one's locked to orange. A very cool keypad on this. Look at this. Get that to focus in on this keypad. Very cool keypad. So this is one of my old Motorola flip phones. Still got it in the drawer with its own case. I think it probably came with the case. We've also got, you ready for this? This is going to make you laugh. You ready? This is a Sagem My C3. Again, a flip phone. Very cool. Don't even know if these work. I don't really know where the chargers are, but another little flip phone. Are you ready for this next one? I think this might have been called the Razr. There were so many different models, but are you ready for this? Look at this blue. Love it. So another Motorola phone there. And then last but not least, Chewbacca. Okay, anyone like Star Wars in the live broadcast? Let's undo the Velcro. This is another Nokia phone. And even back then, look, I put the little screen protectors on. So this, if I just show you this one, I don't want to give you too much reflection, but you can see the keys on this. This one's got LEDs all around the outside. And this is a special edition Nokia, and it came in a really special edition box, which somebody threw away. And you also got these different backs that you could put on as well. I've still got the other backs. So this lights up when it rings. So it's got all multicoloured LEDs around the outside. This one here, I believe, is a flap, or is it? I thought this one was a flap. I don't want to break it, so perhaps it's not. It looks like a flap on the side, but it's not coming out. But anyway, really cool retro phones. You've got to look at some of my retro phones. There are more in the drawer there, but I'll show you more of those perhaps in another video. Perhaps I'll cover all of my old phones in a previous video. The Kid Who Knows a Lot says, I love your pops in the background. You're referring to my Funkos. I love them too. Really do love them. I've got some awesome ones up there now. We've also got Chris Bryson. I was expecting the old Nokia tune there. Does it have that? Where's it gone? Let's unlock. Let's turn this off. Wait for this to turn off. We have also, I'll play that tune. I think it's what you're referring to as the startup tune. Raymond Moore, a tech YouTuber named Austin Evans, had his house burnt a few years ago and lost everything in the fire, but now he's one of the biggest tech YouTuber on YouTube. Yep, I know Austin Evans and watch his videos regularly. He does some great content. Let's start this up because Chris wanted to hear the sound. Here we go. Let's take a breather. The classic Nokia sound. I'm glad they kept that in there. I really am. Best Tech LJL 1 day left, Dave. I'm going to extend it a day. Tomorrow I'm doing my business time video, so do tune in for that. And I'm going to extend this dumb phone challenge 1 extra day, so it will actually end on Saturday. For the love of tech too, I found the Nokia original in a drawer too, but no charger as of yet. Well, I hope you find the charger. I really do. Good emergency phone. Yes, these are good phones to keep in your car. Barbara Fonseca. Hey Dave, best wishes from Brazil. That is awesome. Hello to you. Hello to Brazil. Thanks for tuning in as well. I really do appreciate it. I love it when you put where you're watching from, because it's just really nice to see all people, all different cultures, all different countries watching, and in different time zones. I find it really fascinating. I really do. So thank you very much for your comment. For the love of tech 2 is giving away a BlackBerry Bold to anyone who wants an old school phone. Let him know. Dave, will you be getting the Gemini from Planet Computers? Most probably not. Would like to, but they haven't reached out to me yet. For the love of tech 2 also says, love it, beam me up, Scotty. Very, very cool. And Chris Bryson saying that's the one, referring to the Nokia startup tune on this particular phone. Uncle Mikey Films is from Lexington. Awesome. Hello to you. Hello to Uncle Mikey Films. Thanks very much for tuning in. So that's pretty much it for this broadcast anyway. I do appreciate all of your comments, and as I said before, all of your really kind tweets and comments about what happened a week ago. This is proving to be a really nice experience so far, and I will share with you my final thoughts on the Nokia 3310 3G in a couple of days' time. So do stay tuned for that. It's going to be on Saturday at some stage. I've got quite a busy schedule over the next few days, but I'll just be giving you my final thoughts. And also the real sort of burning question for a lot of people is, did it really make a difference? You know, have I found a difference in how I'm sort of going through day-to-day life and also running a business when using something like this in stark comparison to what we use now with our little mini computers in the shape of smartphones in our pockets nowadays. So thanks to everyone who's tuned in to watch. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. If you're watching this after the event, please do hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in another video very soon.